Hello friends, what is up? Welcome back. I hope everyone is doing wonderful today. So today we are going to be discussing episode 10 of Survivor 42. I'm going to be doing a little review, breaking down the episode, and in the end I'm going to be giving some winner predictions. So make sure to stay tuned until then. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button below just so you can stay up to date as we wrap up this season of Survivor. Now let's begin. So this episode is going to start off with the two tribes coming back together after the last tribal councils. And right off the bat, we're going to be given hints as to who's being targeted in the group. For one, Hai is being looked at as a huge threat, especially by Mike. See, Mike is still really upset at Hai because Hai got everyone to vote Roxroy out during the last tribal. Mike is so pissed, man. He's just going on rants about Hai, telling Omar about it, and Omar is just feeding into it, adding fuel to the fire, but still staying incognito as he does. Jonathan, a big, huge, obvious target, is also being looked at by a lot of people, especially Lindsay. Lindsay is giving Jonathan the side eye for his absolutely abysmal plan to put votes on Maryanne during the last tribal. Omar is going to get involved in this discussion as well. You know, Mr. Omar has really been impressing me in this game. He's always on the right side of the vote. If not, he's the one controlling the vote. And he manages to do it without making himself look like a threat whatsoever. I see you, sir. I see you. So now everyone's back at camp and they're just chit-chatting, trying to, rebuild the camp and rebuild the fire after the rainstorm, right? So Maryanne is going to go look for firewood and all that stuff. That is when my girl, my bitch, my sis, Maryanne is going to find her second idol of the season. Yes, God. I know that's right. Literally right after playing her other idol for moral reasons, mind you, she is going to find another one. Look at that. I'll say it right now. I can see Maryanne making it very deep in this game. Like, I don't even know why you girls bother at this point.
I win. You lose.
We then make it to the reward challenge where we see that Lindsay is going to win her first comp of the season. So yay, good for her. She's going to choose Omar and Mike to go on the reward with her. And this is where we're going to see Omar step into his villain bag just a little bit. You see, Omar is going to make up a lie about Hai. Omar is then going to go to Mike and just start gossiping and spreading juicy rumors and lies about Hai. He tells Mike that Hai said that he had Mike in his back pocket and that Hai called Mike a puppet.
Ooh, scandalous.
This is obviously going to set Mike off, and I just love this moment from Omar. I thought this was a fantastic look for him. Omar knew exactly the words to say to trigger an alpha like Mike to set him off, and I love that for him. Y'all, Omar has just stepped into his bad bitch era, and I am loving it, okay?
Now I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch.
We then make it to the immunity challenge, and it's a tough endurance comp that ends up coming down to Lindsay and Jonathan. But as we see, Lindsay is going to prevail and win her first immunity challenge of the season. So yay, good for you, girl. You are stepping out. Back at camp, it looks like all hands are on deck to vote out Hai. Everybody knows that Hai is super sly and a strategic threat, so they're okay with him leaving. This is going to get Omar to thinking, hey, if Hai is really everyone's #1 target, should I be voting him off? Which is when we're going to see Omar contemplate if Jonathan is really the better choice to go instead. Once again, Omar finds himself in the middle of the vote and is able to sway it whichever way he wants. I do not know how this man keeps on getting himself in these positions, but good for him. I can't hate, go off. We then get to tribal, and at first it's pretty standard, filled with all the usual metaphors and whatnot. The votes are read, and as we see, Hai is the one that is ultimately voted out. This was a tough decision, but I can see Hai being looked at as the overall bigger threat, even though he's not much of a physical threat. Omar also did put in all that work with Mike, making up all those lies about Hai, so I can see it being better at that point to get Hai out of the game. But make no mistake, I'd still need Jonathan's big Goliath ass out of there though, okay? I would want to win some comps too, thank you very much. So overall, right now in this season, I am really high on Omar, Maryanne, and maybe Mike. maybe Mike. But right now, just as I see it, I think Omar and Maryanne have the best chance of winning out of everybody left in the game. But of course, I am interested to know what you all think. Are y'all getting winner vibes from anybody? Like, who's standing out to you and who can you see in those spots in the final 3? Let me know in the comments below. I'm still loving this season so much. I think it's so much better than season 41. No shade to 41, but I still think this one is a lot more interesting. I'm really excited to see who's going to end up winning and ends up taking it all home at the end. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.